What up, fams? I just want to speak on this word embarrassment. Um, I got told I say a lot. Embarrassment is one of the killers of everybody's goals, dreams, achievements. Because embarrassment causes us to not fight for what we believe is ours, or not ask questions, or anything like that. When we talk about embarrassment when it comes to education, a lot of kids they're embarrassed to ask questions. Why? Because the mockery that they might receive if they got it wrong. However, they're asking the questions that everybody else was thinking. Guaranteed there was a lot of people in the room that was thinking the exact same thing, but because they asked the question, they got it wrong. Everybody mocks them for it. We feel embarrassed for it. But I want to say that because they asked the question, they were able to get information that they were able to understand what their next step needs to be. When I talk about embarrassment when it comes to starting a business, a lot of people are embarrassed to start a business because of the requirements sometimes from starting a business, or whether it be asking for money, whether it be asking for help, whether it be re-educating yourself. Embarrassment sort of flies us off our goals, and we end up being in the same place. We never ever achieve anything. I want us to understand that if we could, when it comes to achieving goals in our dreams, if we could take embarrassment and push it to the side and make it never exist in the first place when it comes to achieving goals, what excuse are you left with? You don't have to, I'm not going to tell you that. You can answer that yourself. If you take embarrassment out of the equation when it comes to achieving goals, what excuses are you left with? you know and I just want to talk about embarrassment for our kids, when it comes to them asking questions and them getting answers. I was talking to my young fella today, and we were talking a lot about him in terms of he needs to ask questions. I sent him over to JCar, a company called JCar, the other day, and they gave him, well, we saw a deal, and it was for a cordless mic, a UHF mic, and it was for $79.90. I sent him over there, and they said, oh no, the cheapest one we've got is $119. So he came out and he called me, and I said, go back in there and tell them that they've got one advertised for $79.90. So he went back in, and then the guy said to him, oh no, it's $99. The one that's advertised is off the Australian website. So he came back, and he told me, he rang me, and then I told him, go back over there and tell them that it's advertised as $79.90, and it's on their New Zealand website. And yes, it does say it was $99. They crossed out the $99, and they've made it 20. They've said save $20, and they've made it $79.90. So he went back in there and he told them. The guy went and saw his manager, came back. Well, he said he was going to go and see his manager. He came back and he said, you're right, it's $79.90. My whole discussion with him was he's got to ask questions, because if you don't ask questions, you will never get the answers. So therefore, you will never get the required result. I said, then why didn't he ask? He said, oh, I was ashamed. I was embarrassed. There was a lot of people around. And I think that's our, we get, when it comes to starting a business, we get fuck 'em up for a whole lot of reasons, you know. Maybe it could be, I don't know, it could be even this, people could say, oh, aren't you ashamed? Aren't you ashamed jumping on here? And, no, I'm not ashamed, because I take that out of the equation when it comes to helping my family. It come to helping my people, you know. What needs to prioritize over shame is gratitude and the want to help, because if we never express or action gratitude, we will never understand the true meaning of the word gratitude, you know. And that's what I want to, I want to help people out there so that they can get what they want. So when it comes to us understanding when we go to banks or when we go to ask for help, if we've got that mentality of embarrassment in the back of our heads, companies or banks or people normally won't help because you're not confident in yourself. So therefore, they're not going to address the psychology of the question. They're going to address the psychology of the intent behind the question. So if you come with that whole mentality of embarrassment, it's going to kill the required result that you want. And like I said, that word embarrassment, we need to just make it a label that doesn't need to be there. And like I said, the meaning and intent comes before the word, and the word is just a label that we can relate and identify the same thought. All right, there are some labels we just don't need, and when it comes to achieving goals, that word embarrassment, you don't need, fams. You really don't need. Anyway, we're off to Nepo. Enjoy your day.